They buried me in the water and I came, I knew. Now I'm baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got gritty. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got gritty. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue.
Welcome to the Changing the Culture podcast with your host, me, Autumn Clifford. This is the only self-help podcast hosted by a female cop. I want to welcome you. If you loved that intro, then I want you to go to the end of my podcast and make sure you listen to that music, that tune. It's called Baptized in Blue by One Time Music. He's a fellow police officer. You can find him anywhere you can listen to music. He's amazing. I'm really excited to have you here. I hope that you enjoy this podcast episode as much as I enjoyed making it for you. What's up, Sheepdog Nation? I'm just coming off of a 5-day retreat for first responders that I hosted in Maine on the beach, and it was truly, truly magical. And I have a lot to share about that, and I'm going to share that. But what I want to talk to you about in this moment, as you can hear my dog Keela coming up to me as I'm recording this, what I want to talk to you about is the idea of being who you are and stop listening to everybody else. One of the things we talked about, one of the most transformational, I would say, lessons that I taught my people at this retreat was the fact that they haven't really been being who they really are. And when we aren't being who we really are, that causes a lot of issues for us, and how as first responders, it is extremely easy for us to shift. We shift into this identity that is not who we actually are. Isn't that interesting? We shift into being what we think that we're supposed to be. We listen to other people. We try to fit in. It's actually a defense mechanism. It's safety for us. We're trying not to get in trouble. We're trying not to stand out. As first responders, we know what happens when we stand out, whether it be good or bad. We catch a lot of shit. If it's in a bad way, everyone's making fun of us. No one wants to hang out with us, constantly busting our balls. You may get written up for different things. And if it's a good thing, like you are really good at what you do, it's the same result. People don't like you. People are threatened to buy you. They talk a bunch of shit. They say you get under everybody's desks, that you're a kiss ass, all of this shit. But the truth is, for the majority of us, is we're just working our ass off and to be good and doing certain things that nobody else will do in order to be good and effective at actually what we're doing. But people who are insecure and people who are completely disconnected from who they actually are, actually become the poison in the culture, and they just continue to perpetuate and spew their bullshit, which then creates, good people like us who don't want to catch the shit. We don't want to deal with all of that. So it's this cycle, and I've been thinking a lot about it today as I'm coming down and I'm processing, and I'm thinking about you, and I'm thinking about my retreaters, and I'm thinking about just everything. And I've been really thinking about how this might impact you, the listener to this podcast, and how you could benefit from a few things. First off, you could definitely benefit from stop listening to everybody else. We really, 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 I'm telling you, and I've been saying this for fucking years. You know what I'm really good at? I'm really good at fucking not listening to anybody else. I'm so good at that. Like, in my core, I'm really good at that. When I was a child, and I mean a toddler, my first words were, I think it was mom, and then it was no. And that, like, no, I just wasn't going to listen. My mom would be like this, and I'd do this. I'd say, no, do this. No, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do it. I'm not fucking doing it. And I was a very hard child, and she'll tell you that, but as an adult, that has saved me over and over and over again. You tell me to go left, I'm going to go right just because you told me to go left. Because why would I listen to anybody other than myself? And, when I was a child and I was a toddler, I was completely connected to God, completely connected to my source, my fucking inner being, my heart, who I actually am. And then I got disconnected, just like we all do. The truth is you were connected during those same years. And then at some point you got disconnected. I think what I'm really good at, after the retreat, I started wondering, I'm like, geez, like I taught on so many things. I helped relationships. I helped people with their careers. I helped people break through different fears. I helped people get back to who they always had been. I did a lot of things. I helped a lot of people fix their mindset on a lot of things at my retreat this past 5 days. And so I think what it comes down to is the message I want to share with you today is stop listening to everybody else. I mean, this just goes right back to like me, who I am at the core, and what I can share with you and how I can change your life in these few minutes that I have you on this podcast episode is, you have the fucking answer. So stop going around and looking at it. If you spend any time listening to my podcast, any time at all, you will know that I am not someone who's going to tell you how to act, how to be, and what to do. I'm going to tell you how to do all of the things to find your own self and to find your own way. I don't need a bunch of fucking autumns running around, right? Like, I need you to be you. I need you to be the person that was put on this planet living out their purpose, whatever that may be. Some of us find ourselves as first responders and then we go, oh shit, I'm here to serve, but this just isn't in the right capacity, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some of us find that is what we're supposed to do. It's what our soul put us here to do. My husband is one of them. It is in his soul. It's like in his blueprint. It is just who he is at soul level, and so he's here to serve. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not who I am. It's not what it's meant for me. Stop listening to what anybody else has to say. You don't have to go forth and be a cop. You don't have to go forth and be a firefighter, a dispatcher, EMT, a probation officer. You don't have to go forth and do any of that if that's like you're contemplating it and you just feel like you should. You don't need to do any of that. If that's not what's in your heart, if that's not what if you know that you're, it's like you could do it. It's like this. You fucking could do it. I'm not saying you can't. You could do it, but there's this part of you that is like, that's just not what I'm supposed to. I want to do it, but it's really not where I'm supposed to be. It's just not who I am. It's not who I am at core level. Stop trying to fit in, because the more you're trying to fit in, the more you're trying to do shit that you're really, really, really not supposed to be doing. It's just not called for you. You're wasting fucking time. You're blending in and your light is dimming. You are here to fucking stand out, right? I said this in my retreat. Somebody said something to me and I said, look, I'm not fucking here to blend in. I'm here to stand the fuck out. I'm going to be me. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be me. And the more me I am, the more I stand out. The more me I am, the more louder my voice is heard. The more me I am, the more people I can serve. And that goes the exact same for you. You will not serve people trying to be like me or anybody else. You will serve and change lives when you step into being who you actually fucking are. And I'm going to tell you this right now. We've been waiting for a long motherfucking time for you to be who you actually fucking are. Truly. You have a decision to make. And the decision to make today is, am I going to continue to listen to the outside influences? Am I going to continue to listen to what everybody else wants from me or wants for me? Or am I going to take time every single day to reflect and to go in and go, what is that I actually want to do? What is my fucking heart? What is my soul yearning to do? How do I want to serve this world? What am I here to do? What feels really good? What am I being pulled to? One of the things it's a quote by Tony Robbins, and I believe Tony Robbins. And he says, it's not about what you're no, you know what it was? I'll tell you what it was. It was Sarah Blakely. She is the founder of Spanx, and she is the first self-made female billionaire in the world. And she was being interviewed on Tony Robbins' podcast. And she said, it's not about what pushes you. Stop focusing on what pushes you, but focus on what pulls you in life. And I was like, fuck, that was good. Like, what pulls you, not what pushes you. You know, they say motivation only lasts so long, and I agree with that. I agree. You can get all motivated and do all these things, but you got to find what is just pulling at your heart, what pulls at your soul, what you are attracted to, and what you know, what seems to be magnetic for you, and like something you just can't get away from. Stop fighting it and go there. Get out of your head. Get into your fucking purpose. You know, and I just think this is so important for everybody listening. I mean, it's such a universal message, but I think my first responders need to hear this, because we really allow the job to just completely absorb us and kind of take our identity, and it's a massive problem. It is such a massive problem. So that's what I have for you. If you are interested in hearing anything about my retreat, what I want you to do is go to my Instagram at Officer Autumn. And then if you go to my highlights, I only have 2 highlight reels. I deleted everything else. But I have one called Retreat. Go and look at it. It was so beautiful. It was so magical. I had 8 people there in total, not including myself. And it was my second retreat I've done. And I would say it was a complete and total success. We have many people wondering when the next one is. And I initially said September, but I'm looking actually at doing the first week or 2 in October, doing a second retreat. This will sell out because I have to cap the number of seats. This is for people who are ready. Like, listen, this is no bullshit. My retreats are no bullshit. Every person who came bawled their fucking eyes out like a baby. Like, you're going to come and you're going to leave and become somebody completely different. Like, you got to show the fuck up. Like, show the fuck up all the way. It's like you feel like you're on vacation some of the time. You feel like you're with family some of the time. And then you feel like you're at this retreat. And then you feel like you are at, you know, I don't know, like a self-help personal growth conference, right? It's intense. It's beautiful. It's fun. We had a blast. And it is, it's unlike anything I've ever seen out there, the combination of how I put things, because I do a few touristy things, which is typical. You know, we spend time in a vehicle together and traveling and talking and going to a couple different places so you can get to see Maine. But then the whole time I'm just shifting you. And I'm, you know, we do morning rituals, and then we do late night classes, and we do mindset talks throughout the day, and just all of this stuff. And there's one-on-one work done, and there's group work done. And it's just, there's so much, but it's so beautiful. And it is done with your, you know, with your change in mind, and your transformation and what you need for a breakthrough in mind. And everybody said, I'm here for the breakthrough. And then everybody left with a motherfucking breakthrough. And it was awesome. It was awesome. So again, I mean, it's not for everybody. This isn't for the typical first responder. I'll be honest with you. This isn't for a cheap ass motherfucker who, you know, this is not for you. It's not for somebody whose ego is so big you can't fit through the door. That's not for you either. It's for, you know, the first responder, future, former, current, who's ready to change, who's ready to do something new and do something different, and knows they need a shift, they need transformation, but they don't know what to do. So if this is appealing to you, I think we're only going to have six thoughts. Many people have been inquiring about them. So I would love for, if this calls to you, that you reach out to me and say, yo, get me on the wait list for the next retreat. I'm in. Yeah, and I got so much more amazing stuff to share with you. Like, so much. Like, I'm created VIP days. So if you want to come up and spend the weekend with me in Maine, we're going to do that. That's going to be fun. That's opening up. And I have my high level mentorship. That's opening up. Actually, that's opening up this week. We have just a few places for that because that's exclusive. This is premium pricing, but this is for and here's the thing, my entire mentorship came to the retreat. So it was really cool, the dynamic of like how high level this group is, because we work on your money vibes and we work on your, your purpose vibes, and we work on your career, and we work on your relationships and your self-worth and your body and all of it. And it's actually all being overseen by a shaman who provides energy support and energy work, and it's custom to the group that comes in, and there's some individual energy workings and readings and clearings that are done. So this container, this is my mentorship. This is high level. This is premium pricing, and it is meant for the person who wants to show the fuck up, like all the way the fuck up. And so we have a few slots there. So if that's something that you want to do, you're going to want to reach out to me. If you have any questions about it, reach out to me, because that's going to be coming down the pipeline this week. We only have a few slots for that. And of course, we have the incubator. It's the first responder incubator. That is only $97 a month, or you can opt to go VIP and get my exclusive first responder. It's called the Resilient First Responder. It's my most foundational course, and it's everything. It is fucking everything. It'll change your life. So I have a lot going on. There's a lot going on. If you are ready to come in and change your life and be a part of something something unlike anything that you've ever been a part of, and it's this first responder circle that's just completely fucking different than what every sickening ego fucking driven dick measuring contest fucking group out there is filled with first responders. I'm in a lot of them, and it makes me fucking sick. Yeah, nothing. I don't host anything like that. That's not what this is about. So if you're interested in any of that, reach out to me. You can email me, autumn@autumnclifford.com. You can shoot me a DM on my Instagram @officerautumn. All right. I hope that you got something from this podcast episode. It was really just kind of one of those ones I just had to get off my chest and into your ears. All right. I will see you next time.
They buried me in the water and I came, I knew. Ha ha. Now I'm baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. They buried me in the water in the Holy Ghost. I came out with a badge and gun and a heart that said never run. I signed up for a job you wouldn't dare to do. This ain't no green screen movie, don't compare the two. We look at your actions in the elements and everything relevant. If they line up, prepare to pay the consequence. You do dirt, you get cussed, no bluff. It's ignorant to think we will shoot with your hands up if you the police. You feel the world is against you, like every call you go to, people trying to tempt you. Well, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary. I ride on the devil, I ain't scary, and I ain't worried. You want my life, come take it, it's gonna be a fight. I take you to the light, like Will and Bright. I wouldn't expect you to understand what I do, only the thin blue line, cause they baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I can't explain the pain when I see a name on the wall. All I feel is rage. Put me in a cage, let me brawl. Sometimes I can't help but cry. Like, why did he die? I know it was him, but it could have been I. What about the kids? What about the spouse? Yeah, now who gon' put food inside them babies' mouth? It's a bigger picture when the officer down. Domino effect, Blue Nation, family, country, and town. The media don't cover us. Well, maybe Fox, cause MSNBC and CNN surely don't care about cops. Politicians more concerned about protecting the legal instead of laying the law down and protecting the people. Let me get off my soapbox before I curse. I don't seen way too many cops riding in hearse. Well, I wouldn't expect you to understand what I do, only the thin blue line, cause they baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. If I'm faced with a mission, I'm gonna complete it. If that means being deleted, I live with the credence. I do this for the combat vets and Leos. When I'm suited, ready to go, it's either friend or foe. Only Lord knows what my future's in store. I only kill with the hope to see more, so God don't close that door. If I take a life, it's him or me, with the hopes to survive, not bigotry. I go in situations that you cannot imagine, deal with things that you cannot fathom. No if buts or rather, I'd rather fight for a cause than live for nothing. So when you read my headstone, you know I died for something. You hypersensitive shit complain by justified force. You blame the cops first, that don't work, you blame the courts. But I wouldn't expect you to understand what I do, only the thin blue line, cause they baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue.